So in this video we're going to look at how you raise finance for a business, and there are two main ways. Either you go down the equity route or you go down the debt route. Let's first of all look at the equity route. If you want to expand a business or you want to set up a business, then you might sell shares in that company, and that means individuals, households, buy shares in your company, and it means of course that they own part of the company. And the key thing, of course, if the company were to go bankrupt, the shareholder gets nothing. The actual equity doesn't legally have to be paid back because the shareholder is taking a risk about the future of the company. We know the future is tricky to predict, but shares go down as well as up. A bit like when I lost all my shares in Northern Rock in 2008 when it collapsed. So the investor therefore takes a risk, their shares are a risk, and they receive dividends, which of course are profits that are apportioned to shareholders when the company makes a profit and gives it to shareholders. And obviously, as I said earlier, you benefit from capital growth. The shares might go up, in which case you get growth in the value of the shares. We'll come back to that. The other way of financing corporate expansion or a company is through the provision of debt. So you can borrow money by issuing bonds, for example. So you issue a corporate bond, which is basically like an IOU. It will pay some interest. This must be paid back because it is a loan, okay? And you're borrowing from people who, such as pension funds, that want to exist in bonds. For more about bonds, see my lovely video on bonds. And then bank loans as another alternative. So you could go to your friendly bank manager. If you're a very large company, of course, you go to a big investment bank most likely, or universal bank, or small company might go more locally to a local branch of your bank, and then take out a bank loan, which of course you have to pay interest on. And the key thing is, again, that must be paid back. You are legally responsible for that loan. And of course, you're not giving up a share of your company. It's not an equity stake, of course. So which is better? Well, it depends partly on your appetite for risk. If you're providing the investment in the share or the loan, because which do you think provides the greatest risk, but potentially the greatest return on losses? It's clearly, if you take an equity stake in the company, imagine taking an equity stake in Facebook or in Coca-Cola when they first started, your shares would go up by an extraordinary amount in terms of capital gain. Yeah? But imagine you buy shares in a bank that collapses like Northern Rock, and you lose all the totality of your share value. So there's a big risk there. So the potential upsides are greater with equity stakes. Potentially downsides are also greater with equity rather than debt. And maybe that's one reason, of course, to some extent, why pension funds tend to like bonds, particularly very safe government bonds, which some government bonds are. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for watching.